Hey everybody, welcome back to Northwest RC Adventures. Well, here we are. Today we have a very special video for you guys. We're going to go ahead and do a crawl competition. We're going to see which one of these two fine rigs we have here is a better crawler out of the box. I'm sure you've seen other videos, but we're going to go a little into more just pure rock crawling. So we got our competitors here. We have the HPI Venture18 Toyota Hilux and the SCOUT2 from Redcat, and we're going to go ahead and pit them up to each other and see which one does a better job on the rocks here. Now, you're all familiar with the Ascent18, which is pretty much the same thing. The only difference here is that this is a larger body than the original Ascent18, which is smaller, but it's still a lick sand body, just like our Toyota here, so they're maxed out as best I got them. We got wheels. Both these trucks are running brass on their wheels, and they're running INJORA wheels and tires. So we have the crawler, the rock terrains on this guy, and these are the swamp claws. So we're gonna go ahead and take them out of the rocks and see what's gonna do, which one of the two does a better job, and we'll decide who the winner is at the very end. Thanks, guys. Alrighty, we're going to go ahead and start with the Redcat, which is my older rig, so we're going to see how it does, and we'll go from there. Alright, we're going to the rocks in here, the beginning of the rock garden. So far, it's just kind of just cruising on the by. Okay. Alright, we approach the rock garden. We're going to go ahead and start doing our thing. We're going to start with the side hill, see how that goes. Alright. See if this guy will stay up on this hill here. So far so good, no tip overs. As far as I know, this guy is, and everybody else that tried these are great performers right out of the box, so I figured it'd be pretty cool to go ahead and compare this to the Venture. You can see there, they hang on that side hill, no problem. Absolutely a great crawler. Alright, here we go. Back down. Side hill, easy money, on the rock. This guy's run pretty much stock. I haven't done any upgrades to it yet. We already know that the gears on the discs are metal. The only things that are not metal are the gears and the transmission, which are plastic. But I wanted to run this as is before doing any upgrades to it. We got some brass coming for it and other fun things we'll be doing to it eventually. Right now it's pretty much stock with upgraded wheels and tires and a little brass on the actual rings for the wheels. I'm going to go ahead, take a turn here. We'll hit this, all these bigger rocks over here, see how it goes. So far so good. There is a lot of grinding or rubbing on the tires. These are larger, 64mm tires I put on this guy. I lowered the stance just a little bit because I thought it was too tall out of the box, so I think you'll handle a lot better as it is right now. So far, it's absolutely just killing it right now. Oh, well, have a tip over there so you get out of that one. Oh, okay. Oops. Yeah, that was on me. I should have just got a better line. Go again. Alright. We'll go up the hill here. Easy money. Alright, we're going to make a turn here. Drill down. Get into the water here. Alright, let's go down. So we can make it over to these other rocks over here and come back down the other side. Sweet. Not bad at all. Alright, it's going to be a tough challenge here. It's very angled here. See if it is able to go down without tipping over. We know this guy's slightly top heavier than the original Ascent, but it's still a light sand body, so it's still pretty light regardless. We'll see how well it does. Whoa, almost tipped over there. Got back in. It is a little bit heavy, but not too much. See here. Oh, nice. Nice work. Yeah. Redcat did a good job with the first version. This was no different. It's pretty darn good. Alright, let's go here. This is more of an incline, so we'll see how it goes here. Maybe it will survive or just tip over on itself. Oh, that was so close, man. You did a great job. Look at that. Awesome. Alright, we're going to turn here, back down. We're going to go this way. Oh, there really isn't any support here, so if he falls over, he's going to fall over. My goodness. Yeah, this is a very tough obstacle here. There's nothing to support that front left tire. We'll see it makes it. Oh my god. Oh, the back end saved it from tipping over. It went back down. You see that? Great job. Alright, we'll put it this way. Well, what can I say, man? This guy is, even though it's got a slightly heavier body, and a larger body than the original one, and longer, it's doing just fine. Alright. Oh, we got a little sunshine. That's nice. It's been cloudy all day. I'm happy to get a little sunshine finally showing up. Look at how nice the paint on this guy is, the left hand body. This is just pretty much calling over everything. Also, let's keep in mind, this does have portal axles. Something the HPI Venture doesn't have. So, might be a little more difficult for the Venture in some circumstances to be able to go over most of these rocks here. So far, it's doing a good job. Let me get up this rock here. Ooh. Give us a bite. Oh, nice. Nice work. Killed it. Go back down. Yeah, like I mentioned, the HPI does have portal axle, so it's got a lot less ground clearance than this guy does, so might be a problem for the other guy. Alright, up the other sidewall here. A little side hill action on this side as well. Easy money. You can get around this corner here. Alright, down the side hill here. Let's see if it doesn't tip over on the way down. Ooh. Man, this guy is just rolling over everything like nothing. There's some serious competition for the old Venture. See how the Venture goes. Alright, we're down the side hill onto the rock. The other rock. These are slightly larger boulders than the ones in the actual rock garden, so definitely give this guy a good challenge coming down to the end of the line. Your servo here is quite responsive. It's pretty strong. I have not changed the servo or nothing on this rig. I just been kind of running it the way as is, it's stock, ever since I got it. And I can see it's just blown right through everything here. We'll see how the Venture goes. I'm a little concerned about the Venture's ground clearance. Might be a problem on this competition here. So far, the lines I've done with this guy, he's been doing a great job. No complaints. We'll try to climb up this rock and then back down. See if we can do that. Ooh boy. There we go. Ooh! Man! Climbed up like a little spider. It's a lot of fun here, man. I didn't think it'd do so well with the heavier, a slightly heavier Redcat body with the plastic on it. Yeah, it's just killing it. Oh, I might fall over here. Let's see. Oh no, I did it. Man, I'm very impressed. Even with a heavier body, this descent is just blowing through all these rocks. And they're not small. They're pretty large. And we made it to the end of the line. We're about to cross this last part of the rock garden and finish at the very end over there. Alright, about to approach the final part of the line. This does not have a 2-speed transmission, just so you all know. It's a single speed. And it did a great job all the way to the end with pretty much No issue. There she is. That's the Ascent18. As y'all witness here, the thing is doing an amazing job, and well, I can't say anything bad about it. It's just a wonderful little truck, and it killed it through the obstacles, and we'll see how the old Venture does. Alright, let's go do the Venture now. Alright, let's see how the Venture does. He's got some large shoes to fill. That Ascent18 just killed it. Right now we're running on low speed. So we're going to keep you on low speed the entire time to crawl. No high speed unless we really need it. So like I mentioned earlier, this is a non-total axle rig. So it might have some issues when it comes to ground clearance, so we'll see how it does. We're going to run to the same obstacles we ran the Ascent18, and we'll see how well it does. It does have brass on the wheels. We already know all the gears and stuff are metal. The only thing that's not the only thing it doesn't have are ball bearings. It just has bushings. So you can buy ball bearings for it to upgrade it if you want to. We're going to go ahead and start off with the side hill. See how it does. It's got great slow crawl. Very close to the FMS. You can see it's just throwing that side hill with no issues whatsoever. Pretty much just as well as the Ascent did. Look, a better slow crawl. Alright, back down the hill. Now here is where it's going to be challenging. Not much ground clearance. Good grippy tires, but not a lot of clearance, so we'll see how it does. It's got a lot of power though. Those metal gears are really giving it some extra oomph. You can see here, the ground clearance is definitely a problem. It's making it through, and the servo's pretty strong. You saw how it whipped out that rear end pretty well. You can see it's already having some issues with ground clearance, but it's definitely making its way over these obstacles. There we go. Start off here. Definitely already struggling quite a bit more than the other one, for the ground clearance mainly. But it's still managing to get over a lot of these obstacles. A little more strength, but it's very cool though. It's a very quiet rig. Alright. Ground clearance really messing with this poor little guy. Alright, here we go. Up the hill. Great job. Just like you did with the Ascent. Back around. We'll transition to the other rock and then back down again. There we go. Yeah, we definitely gotta push it a little harder when it comes down. There's not a lot of ground clearance going up those steeper hills. Alright. Same thing we did with the Ascent. We're going to go down the side here. See how it does. Oh, barely holding on to dear life. I think you'll be able to do it. Oh yeah. Ah, doing a good job. Oh yeah, no problem there. Now back up. The other side. This will be a steeper incline. See if it's able to go down without tipping over. Alright, here we go. So, same steep incline we did with the Ascent18. We'll see how the Venture 18 handles this obstacle. Hopefully the brass will help it from falling over. And well, nope. It got back in. It's a little too top heavy. I think it might be the battery or something, but we tried. We're gonna give it another shot. See if it goes over again. Try and go a little slower. Hopefully it won't tip over on us. Oh, there we go. Perfect. This time went down pretty smoothly. No problem. Alright. Back to the other side now. In the back. It's got very good articulation. Also because the wheels are slightly smaller, the tires are not the big old giant wheels it came with. These are a little bit smaller, so it gives it a lot more articulation to be able to go down these obstacles. And very slowly, because this, ooh, boy, oh boy. Ah. Well, I did it. It struggled, it tipped over once, but it eventually made it over the rocks here. Let's hit this corner right here. There we go. Nice. Alright, let's continue on in the rock garden. Now you saw that right there hung up on that rock. Maybe because of the ground clearance, like I said. It's pretty limited. But even though it's a limited ground clearance, it's managing to go over a lot of these obstacles, even though it's struggling a bit more than the Ascent18 is. I think if the portal axle rig, it probably wouldn't have had any problems in the previous obstacle which you have finished right now. Alright, we gotta go into the sunlight here to see where we go. That lovely black paint we got, which I rarely get to do here because it's always so cloudy. It's definitely more of a struggle for this guy and some of these rocks. They're definitely large rocks, but I mean, I've brought other rigs here before and they've done fine. The only other rig that struggled a lot was my TRX4M, which is currently out of commission right now, but I still have it. It's still in the fleet. There we go. Alright. We're going to try and climb that. Same hill the other one climbed. See how it goes. There we go. Oh yeah, nice work. Okay, we managed to do it. Actually, did a little quicker than the Ascent did in this case, so it's pretty awesome. Down the side here. The slow crawl on this guy is magnificent. It's just as good as the FMS with the brush motor. I think the gear might be familiar. Also, the electronics are pretty much the same as the FMS on the fly sky. There we go. It shipped over, kind of killed back to the bottom, but we're able to come down. Alright, on the side hill. Killed it as usual. Off the top. Alright. Alright. Down the side hill to the bottom. Easy money. Alright. Great. Alright. Here we go. Alright, here we go. On to the bigger boulders. See how it goes. Happy stuck here. Oh no, I'm not. It popped right out. There we go. Yeah, it's doing a really good job. Even with the limited ground clearance, it's definitely pulling off all these obstacles. Like I said, it does get hung up a little bit more than the other guy does, but it's also performing really, really good. Great performance. I think we climbed that hill, but let's go back and climb that one part. I think the ascent climbed up that way. Yeah, we did. Let's go back and climb the side of the hill over there, up to the rock. Almost bypassed that obstacle there for a minute. Alright, here we go. There we go. The tire was hung up on the back over there, so I had to move a little bit there. There we go. Nice. Oh, whoa, whoa. Ooh. Yeah, ground clearance is messing with it right now. Oh my god. I'm gonna fall over. Come on. Oh. Close. Alright, I think we got this. There we go. Yeah, that turn there is a little rough for this guy. That ground pumpkin was hanging up on the sharp end of the rock there, but we finally got it out. There we go. Alright. Alright, look at that. It did struggle on that turn because of the ground clearance, but it managed to make it over. Look a little more turning around and figuring things out. But yeah, it just showed it. Alright, turn around here. Alright. And we're approaching the end of the line. Well, I gotta say, the Ascent18 definitely did a little better than this guy did in these obstacles. So I'm gonna have to give it to the Ascent18 because of how well it went through everything. This guy definitely struggled getting over some of the obstacles, but you can see that slow crawl is just much better, I think, than the Ascent18 is. It's also a smoother running vehicle. But yeah, I would give it to the Ascent18 this time around, but I'm going to give this a very, very close second. I mean, it pretty much killed all the obstacles. Just struggled a bit more, but I managed to make it over all of them. Well, except that one there, but it's the end of the line, so it's not a big deal. Yeah, well, we tried. Let's see him get him out. We'll give him a little hand of God action here. There we go. That was a little too steep for the little guy, but he made it over. But yeah. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We have a winner. The Scout, obviously, by a good margin. Although I love the way the Venture handled, and I love the slow crawl on the Venture. It did struggle a little bit in some of these harder obstacles, but it managed to do the same obstacles as the Scout did. But I think the ground clearance is what eventually killed the Venture 18 here. But regardless, if you give it a little lift maybe and some bigger tires, I think you'll be able to clear a lot of the obstacles our Ascent18 SCOUT2 did. But I recommend any one of these two rigs for anyone who wants to buy a nice little mini trail rig. They're great for crawling, and you can see they're also really cool looking trail trucks. So trail, scale, crawling, I think they're worth it. The the Venture is a lot more expensive than the Ascent18 is by maybe a few bucks, and but as you can see, the quality electronics-wise is better on the on the Venture 18 than the Ascent. It also have all metal gears, which the Ascent doesn't, because it's got plastic gears in transmission. And well, the Venture's got the bushings, but everything else is metal. So upgrades for the Venture will probably get some bearings for it, and for the Ascent, probably upgrade and change those plastic gears to metal to make it a nice, good, solid rig. Other than that, I all have to say, they both handled the obstacle really well. But at the end, the old Ascent18 here is the winner. Thank you guys all for coming in and checking out this quick competition between these two on the rocks, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Bye!